Hi children, welcome back to our geography class. So today we are going to continue with our chapter, our country, India. Okay. So today we are going to see India's neighbors. So there are 7 countries that share land boundaries with India. So how many countries are sharing the land boundary with India? 7 countries. So which are they? First one is Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, I'll repeat it once again. 7 countries share boundaries with India. They are Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay. So across the sea to the south, okay, lie our island neighbors, isn't it? So you have 2 islands, Sri Lanka and Maldives, okay? So Sri Lanka is separated from India by the Park Strait. So how is Sri Lanka separated from India? By the Park Strait. So you can see this is Sri Lanka, okay? So the separation is by Park Strait, okay? Now coming to the political and administrative division, India is a vast country. Okay, so for administrative purpose, okay, for easy governance, the country is divided into 29 states and 9 union territories. So how many states? 29 states and 9 union territories. Okay. Delhi is the national capital. So which is our capital? Delhi. Okay. The states have been formed mainly on the basis of languages. Okay. So the state is divided based on the language. Okay. So now we are going to see about the physical division. What is it? Physical division. Okay. So India is marked by a diversity of physical features. You know, India has mountains, plateaus, plains, coast and islands. Okay. So standing as sentinels in the north are the lofty snow-capped Himalayas, isn't it? So Himalayas cover the northern part, isn't it? Himalaya. Now Him plus Alaya. So Himalaya is divided into Him plus Alaya, which means the abode of snow. Okay, so there might be a question. What is the meaning of Himalaya? Himalaya means the abode of snow. Okay, and the Himalayan mountains are divided into 3 main parallel range. Okay, so the Himalayan mountains are divided into 3 parallel lines. You know what is parallel line, isn't it? So the northernmost, okay, the topmost or northernmost is the Great Himalaya or Himadri. What is the northernmost called? Great Himalaya or Himadri. Okay, and the world's highest peak, okay, lies in this range. Which is the world's highest peak? Mount Everest, isn't it? Okay. Now the second is Middle Himalaya or Himachal. Middle Himalaya or Himachal. It lies to the south of Himadri. Okay. So many popular hill stations are situated here. So an activity for you, find out any 5 hill stations and write it down in your notebook. Okay. And the last one is the Shivalik, which is the southernmost range. Okay. So what are the 3? Great Himalaya or Himadri. At the top, Himalaya, Middle Himalaya or Himachal in the center and Shivalik at the base. Okay. Now the northern Indian plains. Okay. So these 3 points about your Himalayas. Now we are going to see about the northern Indian plain. So it lies to the south of Himalayas. Okay. They are plains. So they will be level and flat. And they are formed by alluvial deposit laid down by the rivers. Okay, what is alluvial soil? Okay, it is the fine soil brought by rivers and deposited in river is called alluvial soil. Okay, so which are the rivers that bring this soil? Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and its tributaries. Okay, and these river plains provide fertile land for cultivation. Isn't it clear? So they provide land for cultivation and the land will be very fertile. So in these plains the population will be higher. Okay, because the land is very fertile for cultivation or agriculture. So the population will be very high in this northern plains. Okay. Now the third division is your Great Indian Desert. So the Great Indian Desert is present to the western part, isn't it? In the Rajasthan. So what is the climate? It is dry, hot or sandy. Okay. And it has very little vegetation. The vegetation is very low. Now to the south of the northern plain lies the Peninsular Plateau. Okay. So it is a triangular in shape. So Peninsular Plateau, what is the shape? Triangular in shape. And the relief is highly uneven. Okay. So in this region you have many hill ranges and valleys. Okay, few of them. The first one is Aravalli Hills. What is the first one? Aravalli Hills, and it is the oldest ranges of the world. So which is the oldest ranges of the world? Aravalli Hills. Okay. Now you have other important ranges. They are Vindhyas and Satpura. Okay. So you can see in the map here. Did you see? You can see Aravalli range here. Vindhya Satpura ranges here. Okay. And the next one is the river Narmada. Okay. And what is the next? And Tapi, Narmada and Tapi flow through these ranges. Okay. Now the Western Ghats or the Sahyadris. Western Ghats are otherwise called Sahyadris. Okay. So they border the plateau in the west. So in the east side it is called Eastern Ghats. Okay. So you can see in the map here. This line, it is called Western Ghat and this is Eastern Ghats. Okay. So the Western Ghats are otherwise called Sahyadris. Okay. And the Eastern Ghats are broken and uneven, but the Western Ghat is continuous. Okay. And the plateau is rich in minerals like coal and iron ore. And the next one is your coastal plain. So to the west of the Western Ghat and east of the Eastern Ghats lies the coastal plains. And few important rivers of the coastal plains are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Okay. And few rivers form deltas at the mouth of. Okay. So which is one delta, Sundarban Delta. It is formed where the Ganga and Brahmaputra flow into Bay of Bengal. So Ganga and Brahmaputra flow into Bay of Bengal. The delta formed there is the Sundarban. Okay. Next you have two main island groups. Okay. They are Lakshadweep Island and Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay. So Lakshadweep Island is located in Arabian Sea. Lakshadweep in Arabian Sea. And these are coral islands. Okay. Located off the coast of Kerala. The next one is Andaman and Nicobar Island, which lie to the southeast of Indian mainland in the Bay of Bengal. Okay. So that's all. Thank you, children.